everybody, it's Dara, and guess what we're gonna make? It's a chocolate chip mint shake, and you can't go wrong with this one. There's a number of ways you can make it, and I'm going to tell you the possibilities, and I'm going to tell you what I have here on the island. And I have 3 bunches of mint. You can get away with 1 bunch of mint. I just happen to have a lot of it because I have a grower at the farmer's market and I get a nice, fresh, beautiful mint. So I have that. I have 2 coconuts. I'm going to use the water of the coconut and the fruit of the coconut. If you do not have coconuts, don't despair. You can use coconut water, and you can use soaked almonds and make a really nice thick almond milk. So you would maybe use 1 cup of soaked and drained almonds, soak them for 8 hours, drain them, and then if you wanted it really thick, 2 cups of water, a little bit thinner, 3 cups, and that could be the base of, and it'll be creamy and delicious. You could use almonds, you could use hemp milk, which is basically hemp seeds and water. So don't despair if you can't or don't want to get the coconuts. So I have them here, so I'm going to use them. I like to add some extra peppermint oil. This is pure peppermint extract, not oil, it's extract. Use whatever natural organic thing that you can find, and I like to have a little boost of peppermint. And then I will use the cacao nibs. I'll mix them in at the very end as the little chocolate chips. And to sweeten, I've pulled out coconut sugar, and I might use a little bit of this chocolate sweet leaf stevia. And in my other chocolate chip mint shake recipe, I didn't use spirulina, I don't believe. And this will add a nice green to the mix. It'll be really nice, plus it'll add some protein. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And if I wanted to make this extra creamy, I could add a little bit of coconut oil. I could add hemp seeds into this mix, and this is a nice thick, wow. Sometimes the coconut insides are really thick like this, and sometimes they're not at all. So this one is more mature, and I will have to cut off the little hard bits. Okay, so we're going to put the mint in, and I will cut off. I'm getting a lot of questions about where to get the knives, and the 3-tier baskets behind me, the fruit baskets, are from Sur La Table. Everything else I use pretty much is on my website, so you could find the things that I favor to use. Now you could have an easier time getting out this. I use the back of the spoon, and if you wanted to cut the coconut in half with your cleaver, but it's not always necessary, and that does make a mess. You end up getting shards everywhere. So I like to do that on a warm day outside, and if I'm doing a lot of them. If I'm just doing 1 or 2, I don't mind doing it this way at all. I have a friend who could get the entire, my friend Matt can get the entire, the way he cuts his coconuts is different, and he gets a wider, neater hole, and then he's able to get the whole piece of the fruit out at one time. I have not really practiced that yet. So, there. Wow, this is beautiful. This is really thick. This would make nice noodles. Sometimes you just give it a rinse to make sure all the little pieces are off. I think I only need the fruit from 1. Well, maybe I'll do 2. So did you get your movement on today? Did you move your body? I find that when I do my exercise first thing in the morning, it makes the rest of the day so much better. It's hard to get moving at first. When I do it, it's like, oh, and then after a little while, I just get in the groove, and it feels so good. So we're going to get our movement on, we're going to get our greens on. Nothing better than having a day where you've had exercise, a little bit of sunshine, for me a bath or two, and some greens. Some green juice, green smoothie. I was thinking, this coconut is so thick. I was thinking that if for those of you who are trying to lose weight, or like to maintain their weight, but lose weight really, I was thinking about smoothies and how, you know, we can get surprised about how much we can eat in a smoothie, and maybe it's not registering as being completely full, or it doesn't last that long in your body. And that's where chia seeds come in, because if you add chia seeds, it extends the life in your body. It will keep you feeling fuller longer. So chia seeds is a weight loss wonder food, because it really expands in your belly and it gives the feeling of being full, of being satiated. It also is going to pull out toxins, and it's going to give you protein and the omega-3s, the omegas that we need for brain function. And I think they're really important. It's a good idea to keep a little mason jar full of chia seeds in your refrigerator soaking, so that when you go to take a tablespoonful, they're already soaked and therefore won't absorb the moisture of your own body. So I'm going to do that right after I stop struggling with this coconut. It's just really thick. It's very, very tough, and I love it. It's going to be amazing for this shake, and this is the kind of coconut that perhaps would be best to cut open in half, but either way, we're good. I got to just talk about chia seeds, so there's no wasted time. This is amazing. So there's always options, you know, options for different kind of fats and different kind of, I love this coconut butter by Sacred Foods. I could use a little bit of that in there just to kind of balance it out, give it a little bit of creamy fullness. This is definitely a transitional recipe. This is not a cleansing recipe, but this is something to get you over the hump and maybe not have your child's milkshake or whatever that might attract you. So, you know what I want to do? I really want to measure this out. That's what I'm going to do. See me taking it. I don't think you've ever seen me take something out of a Vitamix before, huh? I'm going to measure. Because I'm thinking about writing down recipes for everyone, because it's not enough. If you want to make the chocolate mint chip mint shake, I don't think it's good enough to have to go through all these videos and find it, and then you have to watch it each time to see what I did. So watch this, we're going to measure it. And we'll see how it tastes and we can adjust it. So that's packed. I'm packing the mint, and that's 1 cup packed. And this is about I'd say it's about 2 cups packed. Really packed mint. I'm sure we could use a lot less, but I have it and I'm using it. So then I'm going to put the coconut in there and see how much. That's really about I'd say that's about 1 1/2, 1 1/4. Yep, that's the coconut butter. I might, let's see, we'll just do 1, and then that's 1/2. A little more than 1 1/2 cups. If I emptied out the rest of this, this might give us 2 cups of coconut, and that might be nice. So, just for repeating sake, I mean, nothing ever comes out the same. I'm always making things different, and that's the beauty of it, but it always comes out good. But when you have a recipe, you can spend less time flavor balancing and just know you're going to get it pretty much spot on each time. So I do appreciate recipes. I'm appreciating the time that it takes to create them. So let's fill this up a little bit more. I'm sorry, this video might be taking longer than you have time for, but I'll post the recipe below if you need to shut it off now, if you need to go. Okay. We don't want the little shards in. Although this Vitamix will blend just about anything. I have seen an avocado pit blended into a smoothie, and people say that's really good for you, although I just really can't imagine that something I don't know, it seems kind of, in nature you would never eat an avocado pit. How could you without the use of that machine? So I don't know, just logically how that works. Oh wow, look at this. That's beautiful. Okay, so we have almost 2 cups. So what did I say was in here? That's really funny. I'm gonna measure again. You guys are with me in my recipe development. Okay. Okay, we got 1 packed cup of coconut, and that's packed. So that's 2 packed cups of coconut. And this is, I did I'd say a tablespoon of coconut butter. Okay, I'm going to put in spirulina. I'm going to put the spirulina in after, so it doesn't get stuck on the side. I was reminded of that by Billy from Billy's Infinity Green. Someone asked me what green powder I like, and I love Billy's. I really do. Okay, so it's not plugged in. Okay. One-quarter teaspoon of oil. And a dropper full of chocolate stevia. Now this mix, this is very green. Let's see. It's like a 1/2 dropper. Tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar. And let's see, a teaspoon. This is going to be really, you know, it's funny because technically my other chocolate chip mint shake is a pale green, and because I use so much mint in this one, it's dark green. So we're going to give up the shake being white this time. There's a teaspoon of spirulina in it. So I'm going to make some different versions, and we'll see which one I love the most, and that will end up in the book. Oh, I know what I forgot. That's good. Salt brings out the sweetness. It's almost there. It's really very good. 1, 2. So that's 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to do 1 more tablespoon of coconut sugar. Obviously, use your sweetener of choice. It's my favorite color. Okay. It's so good. Some to get that later. This needs to be colder. And I might even put another pinch of salt to bring out the flavor. So that's 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And I'm going to put in one more drop of stevia, a couple drops of this. Oh, that's a full dropper full, that's better. I had a dropper and a half so far of the stevia. And that's going to be it. That's going to be it. That's going to bring out the flavor. So it ended up yielding exactly 5 cups. Now I believe I started out, it was about 2.5 cups of coconut water. So if you had to use plain water, know that 2.5 cups. And then with all the other ingredients, it's gone to about 5 cups. So we have a glass, and it's so green. It's not your typical shake, but then again, this is better than your typical shake for real. So minty and so natural. So I'm going to throw in, let's see, a tablespoon of cacao nibs. You could do 2. I am going to mix it up. See, this would be great if these were thicker, these straws, because the nibs won't go through them. I have a thick glass straw, that's what I'll use. Now this definitely needs to be chilled. If I had used the frozen coconut fruit, then no. It's so good. Here we go. That looks a little dusty. It's perfect. I better go share this with someone. So everybody, get your greens on. Enjoy your day, evening, or morning. And I will see you really soon.